A very pleasant afternoon, Bahamas. Savion Bethell here. It has been a minute since I last stood before you. Nevertheless, I am glad to be back bringing you another DNA Week in Review. Before we begin our review, the DNA would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of Ramal Ferreira, Minister of Housing and the Environment, on the tragic passing of his son. We are praying for your comfort, strength, and God's peace during this difficult time. The DNA has been making its rounds in the various constituencies, and last week you could find us in the Fox Hill and Carmichael areas listening to the concerns of people. DNA leader Rintik Komalafi along with provisional candidates took to the streets to promote the DNA, and we encourage you to join us so you can become familiar with your area's representative. Check our website or Facebook page for detail on the nearest walkabouts to you. Marathon provisional candidate Aisha Clare held a community alliance meeting featuring a panel that truly represented the perspective of the youth of the Bahamas. Guest speakers included Cintice Cooper, Draxel Gomez, Valencia Richardson, and Taquan Miller, where they spoke about their individual experiences as first and second time voters.
What does this vote, what does this act mean to you?
Okay, this act means like so much to me because I believe that it's time for change in this country. To be honest with all of you, it is really time for change in this country. You know, many people mount their X to the PLP or the FNM because, hey, my mom is PLP or my dad is PLP or my grandmother was FNM. They don't really think on the actual person or man that's running. They think on the actual party, and just because they don't want this particular party in, they just vote how they feel or how their family feel, and I think it's wrong. But this actually means so much to me because I really want a change to be in this country, especially with seeing the COVID-19 and how the jobs have went down during this whole year. People's families have been hurting, marriages have been hurting, school kids have been hurting. It's like so crazy. And I really think my ex would make a big difference along with the many other young people out there because the government has been running on old systems for so long. The young people need to step up now and change the system and make the system bigger, brighter, and better. Thank you.
It gives me a voice, it gives me a chance to affect not just my future, but everybody else's. And I feel like we all should take it serious, sit back and lay out the pros and the cons of voting. You know, like for me, I didn't know being off to school as a university student, if I don't have, say I got in trouble in the States and have to use my passport has been canceled. I didn't know my voter's card can be a way for me to return home and get trialed in our government system. So that's something I look at, and not to say that I'm a troublesome person, but things happen in the States where we would need to call back home. We would need something to lead us back home and say that we have an identity, you know. So I think that's a big picture for university students, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
Well, this vote would mean for me big change, all dramatic change, just like how 2020 has been. I'm expecting change to be just like that, impactful and touching lives and changing lives. So as this new vote come in, and what my ex would mean is hope and something that I'm longing for this country to see and vision and to still believe. I am hoping for my vote to change the mindset of the Bahamian people.
And in Angliston, provisional candidate Daphne Johnson also hosted an alliance meeting. This one focusing on the importance of self-care with life coach Lynette Taylor Foster and a holistic approach to looking out for your well-being.
The practice of taking action to take care of yourself is paramount, especially in today's society. When you do self-care, you are going to improve your life and you're going to improve things that you do have control over. This action of self-care is taking the active role in protecting your own well-being and happiness. And especially with the pandemic, it is paramount that we do our self-care. Self-care must be deliberate in action. It takes time for you to think about what you need to do for yourself and actually go through it, the motions. The care needs to be of your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, psychological, all those aspects need to be addressed in order to be healthy.
As we all grapple with the effects of the pandemic, the DNA feels it is paramount that the church is at the forefront in providing moral comfort and spiritual edification. And in that vein, the DNA held a series of virtual worship experiences, the last one featuring Dr. E. Corey Roll, youth pastor of Emerge Youth Church at Bahamas Faith Ministries.
Now, a lot of us are finding it on troubled, hard times because we're entering something we have no control is, and that's really basically what what a pandemic is. We are a crisis, I should say, and crisis is something we find ourselves that we're unable to control, and sometimes as adults, as a people, when we don't have control, we seem powerless. Today, I'm here stopping by to remind every one of us on the topic, everlasting hope amid a temporary pandemic.
Before we close, the DNA would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to the entrepreneurship of Done Right Company for the COVID-19 steam, fog, and sanitization of the DNA headquarters. For thorough and exceptional cleaning services, please contact Marlon Nicole at the number shown. Bahamas, it's clear that the DNA is here and ready to serve you. But this is a battle we can't win on our own. We need your help. So give us your feedback. Let us know what you want and how you feel. Register to vote. Donate to the party. Like and subscribe to our content. Don't forget to leave a heart or comment if you like what you've heard. The only way we can make a change is with you.